Hey, Kristin, thanks for joining.
Hi.
Jazz hands right
Jazz
there.
hands. Jazz hands.
Always a good move. And now that Kristin's here, she can help me add to the applause.
Yes, I will applaud.
I appreciate that. And of course, we know him as Lex Luthor. Let's make some noise for Mr. Michael Rosenbaum. Oh my God! Actual Lex Luthor.
Great dance, Kristin. I like the enthusiasm. You were like,
I like the leisure suit Lex Luthor that you have there. That's like a nice dapper. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's Gene Hackman Luthor, right? Yeah.
My favorite. Gene Hack was my favorite.
Yeah, that's I never remembered how great his suit was. Well, of course, we know him as Clark Kent from Smallville. Make some noise virtually wherever you are in the world for Mr. Tom Welling. Hey there, Tom.
Oh,
what up?
I also feel like it's worth mentioning, Tom. It looks to me like you're maybe perhaps wearing a Flash T-shirt or a Lightning Bolt T-shirt. Is that what you got?
I don't know what Flash is. But what's Flash?
I was the Flash, for God's sake.
Oh, okay.
It's good to know, Tom, that you're keeping up on your colleague's career.
That's all I do.
Well, before we dive in, and of course, we have audience questions. We're going to feed those in momentarily. But first off, we were talking a little bit about this backstage, but how are y'all doing after this weird LA earthquake this morning? Michael, a.k.a. DJ Sexy Lexi, I know you experienced it. How you doing, man? How was that?
First of all, nice Ouija board. You sick mofo in the background, Aaron. I see that.
I mean, plan on summoning demons after this. So
I stopped playing with those in high school. Some shit went down. Oh, some crap went down. But earthquake last night. I'm at It's 4:40 in the morning. I was telling these guys, and I mean, I woke up from a deep sleep, just shaking, like going for like a good 30, 40 seconds, and then it was an aftershock, and then there was something else that happened. It was pretty scary. I was like, what else could happen? And then there was brush fires in my neighborhood. I guess Tom's neighborhood too, which he's not here. But I think they fixed it, Tom. I just let you know about that. So
thank you. Thanks. The water main thing. Thank you.
Tom, did you experience anything?
Well, Michael and I live a few blocks from each other, except I evacuated Los Angeles a few weeks ago and went to Northern California. So Michael's keeping an eye on the house. He said, unless it's over, the cost of his house, he'll take care of it. So yeah.
Aaron, that's, by the way, when he says I look after his house, he was like, "Hey, dude, I left town. Would you mind just picking up this little box in front of my house?" I'm like, "Sure." I went there. This box, I have a pickup truck so big. I had like all this wine because we made our own wine. I had so much of Welling's crap in my house. It was like a month before he got it. I think I actually delivered it to him.
I think you need to go back. Yeah.
So it's like, could you look after my house? And then, by the way, I've got this refrigerator that's being delivered. Maybe just move that in a little bit.
You got a pickup truck?
Yeah. And Kristin, how about you? Actually, I don't know where you're based right now. Are you Vancouver? Or are you in LA?
So far away from LA. I am in Toronto right now.
Oh, okay.
I only heard about it on the interwebs.
Well, I guess Toronto, that's also a relative place of sanity during these weird times.
Do you follow LA Earthquakes on Twitter? Is that how you found out LA Earthquakes on Twitter?
Yes.
She found out because I told her.
The interwebs.
The interwebs.
Well, Michael's reaction was significant enough that it was picked up by various news outlets.
Yeah.
He's
attention to him?
I don't know what the heck they did with the news there, but
you're a significant voice in the earthquake story. Well, overall, how have you guys been doing during this weird time? Have you been picking up any activities, becoming a mixologist, making some killer banana bread. How have you been passing the time?
Kristin?
I've been at school. I mean, I'm working online to get my degree, so I've just been doing, it's weird when this becomes just me. I've been working on my classes and reading a lot of books and writing essays and doing that kind of thing. That's about it though.
You've been working out too. I see some pipes going on. Have you been working out, Kristin?
Not more than usual, Michael. I've been working out about the same. In fact, a little less because of the fact the gyms are still closed.
All right. Fair enough.
Well, how about you, Michael?
It's nice.
Well, I'm glad you're broadcasting from a safe place, because on some level it looks like something like you've checked into a hostel or somewhat cramped space for the panel.
This isn't where I live. Michael rented out a fan's bedroom in order to do this.
A fan that's got a great Lost Boys poster. And what's on your mask there, Mike?
No, just cheap promotion. What?
Sorry.
Huh?
Well, okay. So Michael's got the shameless promotion going on there. It's curious. During this time, everybody's been doing the Zoom calls and these video chats. Is this actually the first time that you guys have communicated with each other via video during this quarantine? No. Well, I think you've done some other panels, but yeah, go on.
Well, we did a convention prior to this, but we also did something for the Ronald McDonald House, and Michael brought us into. We raised a lot of money for kids who not only have a lot of difficulties.
It's something of a schmaltzy question, but I'm going to ask it anyhow. I think, especially during this time, this weird time globally, people kind of look to not only leaders, but also those that they respect, and even heroes and heroic characters. Has this time sort of made you reflect at all about sort of the fandom, the Smallville fandom, and what your representations kind of mean to them? Because you did represent these heroic, iconic characters. Well, Michael maybe not so heroic all the time, but you get my drift. Has it made you reflect on sort of the impact of your roles?
Yeah. Well,
I think on top of that, this is like a slightly different angle on this, but I think that this time has kind of amplified how important it is to have the idea of heroes, to have shows that we can connect to and feel lightened by and hopeful around, because there's so much kind of despair. And so I think shows like Smallville and heroic shows in general kind of give us something to hang on to that we all need at times like this.
Well said. Well said.
Yeah. Well said. Yeah.
I say that, and I'm glad you did, but it is fun. I mean, we have fun. When we go to these conventions, it's not just like, I'm sure there are some people who are just like, whether they're shy and that's fine, or whether they're not, they just kind of, Tom, I can just see.
Well, I think that it's interesting. So Michael, of course, mentioned that you're coming up on the 20th anniversary of the premiere of this show, which is insane in of itself, that we're now essentially close to a generation later. Well, with that, though, new audiences are being exposed to that. And there's a question from Brian Nuthbaum in the comment section. He brings up, Tom, your appearance on the crossover Crisis on Infinite Earths, which his question is, how was it coming back to that character? And I think that's a great question. In addition to that, my add-on to that would be, did you feel like you were suddenly being kind of connecting with this new generation of these fans that largely knew the CW universe, Arrowverse?